Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 81 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. The podcast where we sometimes cry, we always laugh, we might get a bit ratchet, but we're forever gonna break it down. Your source for all things responsible and ratchet. Surprise again, motherfuckers. Yes, I said I was going to give you guys a few episodes in this hiatus between season 4 and season 5. So here is another episode for you. You are welcome. I actually kind of do miss the weekly podcasting in between seasons, but during this time, I'm recording new episodes and scheduling guests and figuring out this next season that is upon us. But in the meantime, for this episode today, my guest is none other than the homie KG. He stops on the podcast because we're going to discuss our 5 favorite albums of 2018. Yes, our favorites. These aren't the best, but these are our favorites. We each give our list, okay? So stick around for that conversation. And I just want to hop right into my pick of the week this week because we are in the holiday season. We're there. We're like a week away from Christmas, my favorite holiday, throughout the year. And my pick of the week this week is gift wrap. Gift wrap. So I know people think, oh my God, it's like we waste money on this and people just rip it up and throw it away. So my thing why I like gift wrap is because I like to coordinate my gift wraps on my presents, how they look under the tree. So the color scheme matches my tree or it complements my tree. And I'll probably only use about like 5 to 6 different types of wrapping paper. And even if I use a gift bag, it definitely has to match the wraps that I use. I know I can't possibly be the only person out there who matches their gift wrap to their Christmas tree. And I try not to spend like a lot of money on it. So December 26th, when it all goes on sale, I'll go scoop up as many cute gift wrap bundles that I can find that are 90% off because who wants to pay full price for it? But that is my pick of the week. And I say this because I just picked out my gift wrap, the rolls that I'm going to use this year for my gifts. Yes, I plan it in advance. So Boonie takes this Christmas game. I take this shit serious, as should you. It's fucking Jesus' birthday. Take it serious. Anywho, housekeeping for the week. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Boonie's 34th was amazing. I feel like I've been celebrating it for 4 weeks now, and I'm going to keep on celebrating it right into the new year. But again, I want to thank you for all the messages, the DMs. A few people emailed me, and I'm just so full of love, and I'm kind of mushy right now, which is something that I am generally not. I am not a mushy person. But yeah, I'm feeling the love, and I love it. So thank you again. Also, your reminder, season 5 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast drops Monday, January 21st, 2019. Okay? Mark your calendar. Pull your phone out now. It's the 3rd Monday in January. It's also Martin Luther King Day. Okay? So you should remember the Boonie Breakdown drops Monday, January 21st, 2019, season 5. Okay? I think that is it. Since we're in hiatus, it's not much housekeeping. But as always, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The Boonie Breakdown. On Twitter, Boonie Breakdown. And when you're sharing your screenshots, your tweets, whatever you share, use the hashtag The Boonie Breakdown or the hashtag PODIN, PODIN. And that is it for me, guys. So let's get ready to break it down. Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and I have the best friend, the homie KG on.
What up? Happy birthday.
Oh, you're so sweet. We are recording this on my birthday. This is how much I love you guys. It's because I wanted to put this episode out today, and I had to make time on my special day to record an episode for y'all.
Well, let's focus. You were getting drunk on the day that we were supposed to record. for your birthday. So you canceled on me, and now we're here.
Well, that's what happens when you have best friends who are so flexible. I was about to say something else, and the thought just totally went away. But anyway, we'll just hop right into it because no need to. I feel like we'll go a while because this is a topic that you enjoy, and
Yeah.
so
It's my favorite time of the year.
it is. So like for the past 2 years, maybe 3 years, Kenny and I was gonna say KG. I just can't say the KG. Kenny and I
Like, who is
would
that?
do a blog post of our favorite albums of the year. And I figured since I totally have like given up the blogging thing,
We'll
why
talk
don't we
about that later.
why don't we do this as a podcast episode? And then this way it counts for one of the episodes that I owe you guys that I didn't get out. And I guess I want to preface this by saying like we don't take this as like the best albums of 2018. This is not that kind of list. It's our favorite albums of 2018. And so we encourage discussion, dialogue. You can comment. It will be posted on the BoonieBreakdown.com. So you can comment on there with, you know what, this is bullshit. Y'all should have said whatever, because that album is whack. You can do all of that if you choose to. But again,
Unless
we
you're
just
gonna come
invite
on there.
discussion.
Yeah, if you're gonna come on there and you're gonna say that the Beyonce and Jay-Z made your top 10, I'm gonna lose respect for you because it wasn't as good as y'all people think it was.
Yeah, well,
We
I
won't
won't
go
say
there.
that about Jay-Z's music also because I'm not a huge rap head. I'm not sure how many people know that about me. So I won't say that about his music, but I will say I without looking at Beyonce, some of her music does not age well.
At all.
Yeah. And so I feel like when you think about the visual, you think about the moment in the concert, you think about the transition, and you're like, oh, that's my shit. But when you go back and revisit some of the music, it's like womp. And I feel like that is what this whole Everything Is Love album was, because I never revisited it in its entirety after the day it dropped.
Yeah, I did the other day just to see if I was missing something, and yeah, it still wasn't hitting.
Yeah, so I fuck with Nice Heavy. Like that's my shit. I saved it to my starred Spotify list. And it made my top 2018 songs playlist on Spotify.
Okay.
But the album overall, I never revisited it.
Okay.
So
yeah, it wasn't worth it. Don't feel bad.
So I'll let you guys know right now that won't be in our top 5. So how we're gonna do this? We're gonna start with our honorable mention, because sometimes we have trouble narrowing it down, and then we'll start from 5 leading up to our favorite album of 2018. And spoiler alert, because some people got mad at me last year because I had put Rihanna's Anti on my 2017 list, even though it came out in 2016, but I still was rocking with that shit heavy last year as well. So spoiler alert, Rihanna's Anti is not on my list this year.
Okay, I respect that. Thank you. We did not need that again. I actually gave that album a break this year.
I actually did too. Like I think I wore it out the past 2 years. That this year it wasn't like I was listening to it one time a week at least.
I don't think I listened to it once this year.
Okay, I did listen to it a few times this year, but not in its entirety like I was fiending the last 2 years. But it's still a solid album.
Oh, it definitely is.
And I'm ready for R9.
We did a lot with that album. We did a lot with
Rihanna. It did, and I just think it speaks to its greatness because it was able to really, it stood well. It stood well for a considerable amount of time.
It did. I agree. I'll give you that. But we're not doing that this year.
Yeah, so it's not on here, so no need to send me nasty grams because someone did last year. They thought it wasn't fair to the rules, but this my shit.
Hey.
Make up my own goddamn rules. All right, so
So,
I'm gonna let you go first with your honorable
well,
mention.
hold on. I have to because I take this pretty
Oh my
seriously.
god, he does. He's like a
So,
music head.
so for me, when I do my personal list, I do not put live albums or soundtracks on my list. It's just
Okay.
against my rules.
Oh, it was
So this is just me. So I wanted to quickly touch on two albums that I really appreciated this year. One's a live album and one's a soundtrack.
okay. Well,
Right?
I will abide by that rule, and I will do that after you go.
Okay. So the first one is a live album. It's PJ Morton's Gumbo Live.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like PJ Morton.
If you haven't checked it out, his live album is spectacular. Second, uh, my soundtrack is for the movie A Star Is Born. Um,
Oh, I never even listened to that.
really well done. Really well done. The movie was enjoyable, and the soundtrack was pretty good. Lady Gaga is really good. Um, Bradley Cooper, surprisingly, for the sound that he was giving and not being a singer, really good. So the soundtrack turned out well. I enjoyed it. I listened to it a lot this year. Um, Probably still wouldn't have made my top 10, but I had to give it honorable mention of a soundtrack because I really enjoyed it.
Okay, and so since you said that, this gives me room to move something else to my honorable mention, and I will move this out of my honorable mention. I was gonna say the Hamilton soundtrack and the Hamilton mixtape.
Was that this year?
I don't know if it was this year, but it was new to me this year because I just saw Hamilton this year.
Wait, hold on. How are we gonna say you're not gonna go back on old albums and then you're doing like new
Well, I
albums
just
that
said
probably
Rihanna. I just said
2015?
Rihanna. I don't know when it came out, but it was new to me. I had never listened to any of this stuff because I just thought I wasn't going to enjoy it. And I listened to the Hamilton soundtrack and the Hamilton mixtape so much that I literally have a daily mix on Spotify now that has like, you know how it tells you like the mix of the artists underneath. So my daily mix 6 is like Leslie Odom, Anthony Ramos, Lin Manuel Miranda.
So let me just break this down to you. The Hamilton soundtrack came out in 2015. The Hamilton mixtape came out in 2016.
Oh well, they're new to me,
So
but so
you-
I've taken them off my list officially. But if you have not seen Hamilton, go if you can get tickets. If not, listen to the soundtrack. Burn is my shit. Niggas ain't shit. Alexander Hamilton was cheating on his wife, and Eliza sang the fuck out of Burn. That's my shit. So okay, now to your honorable mention,
or is it like a different version of it?
huh?
Like the Burn by Usher, or is it a different?
No, it's like a completely different, but it's called Burn.
Okay, all right.
But it's real Broadway esque, but
Okay.
it's really great.
It's
And for those who don't know, the Hamilton mixtape are like the songs from the show, but it's like Jill Scott, Usher, Busta Rhymes, T.I. Like it's real dope.
Listen, I'm glad you enjoyed it 5 years later.
Yeah, I am too. This would have gone completely out of, under the radar, but, better late than never.
All right.
So
am I
Kenny's
starting?
honorable mention. Let's go.
I'm starting with mine. Okay, my honorable mention is Negro Swan by Blood Orange.
And I've never even heard of this.
I'm waiting for like a couple of them to be like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify. He has a song with Janet Mock. Now I will have to listen to this. I just followed it. I just saved it so I can check it out.
So he's like a British fusion, like singer, hip hop, kind of funkish, it's a blend.
Project Pat.
Project Pat is on the track. You're right.
I would play it, but we get sued and shit. So
Right.
y'all gotta go listen to this yourself.
All right, let me let you get your honorable mention in before I talk about it.
Okay. My honorable mention was, and I probably am gonna fuck up her name, Kali Uchis.
Yeah, well, look.
Isolation. I really enjoyed that album.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay. Is that on your list higher? Hmm.
Slightly, maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but no,
That's
give
fine.
give Blood Orange a run. I didn't like. He came out with an album a couple years ago. It was called Freetown Sound, and like a lot of people enjoyed it, but I didn't like it. I thought it was like weird sounding. This one was a lot better. It had like a good vibe. Like you could throw it on and just like run it through and just like listen to it and not like skip anything. It was pretty.
Gotcha.
It was enjoyable.
Gotcha. And Kali's Isolation, I really enjoyed. I also like when people, especially kind of like these indie artists, when they do a feature, they make it worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hate people who do features just to have people's names on there. And so I really liked her feature with Tyler the Creator, and they sampled Bootsy Collins After the Storm. That's my shit. And she had one with Steve Lacy from the internet, which I really enjoyed as well. So it's another album that I could just put on and vibe out to.
Well, I'll get to it. I
Okay.
think maybe we'll see.
We'll see. Okay. Well, moving on. Number 5.
All right, hit me with it.
Everyone's probably going to laugh at this one. Maya TKO.
What?
This is my favorite list, and I will not be judged.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, my number 5 is the Internet Hive Mind.
Okay.
Enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the vibe. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it after their amazing last album, but they came out with the Robank Funk, and I was like, well, what's the vibe of the album gonna be? And it was a good vibe. It was definitely a good vibe.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, it was a continuation of the last one, so I fucked with it.
Okay.
Let's hear about this Maya.
You know, I am a true R&B head, and Maya has been consistently putting out some independent work. I think she's put out like 5 or 6 albums independently since like 09 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, they're like, she put out one in like, I think it was maybe not last year, maybe it's like 2 or 3 years ago. And on that one, it was a few songs. I was like, okay, Maya, it was a song called Team You. It was one like Spoil Me. Team You, I still fuck with that song. So I was like, okay, I can rock with that. So when she said she was dropping an album this year, I was like, okay, I was very intrigued. And I just think it's a good R&B album. And I enjoyed it. And had some ballads. It had a few like, oh, I'ma sex you up nigga songs. And she also took, remember her song from the my favorite Maya album, Mood Ring, and she did the song Fallen,
Yeah,
which I love that song and video. She took that song and she made a new song called The Fall. And it sampled that beat and her sultriness in the song. So I really fucked with that.
Okay.
So check it out.
I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I listened to it. But
Yeah, most people haven't.
Yeah.
Maya's the knockout TKO. I think it's a solid R&B album. And because people were shocked, the album that I was talking about from 2016, she got nominated for Best R&B Album at the Grammys that year.
Yeah.
And people were like, what? Maya? But she's been putting out solid work.
Okay. I'll listen. I will listen.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give it a run. But I mean, I'm not shocked because I know you liked the last album, but I'm not even gonna lie and say that I even paid attention to her having new music this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I thought she did good.
Okay.
If she keeps building,
on her,
I'm not gonna say she's not gonna be a megastar, but I think she could make it on like the adult contemporary stations.
Isn't she like vegan now?
She is. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
I
That's
follow
kind of what I know her of now.
I follow her on Instagram too.
Mm.
I recommend. All right, number 4.
All right, number 4 for me, probably another album that you have never heard of.
Oh my god.
It's an album by an artist by the name of Buddy. It's called Harlan and Alondra. Um, he's a he's a hip hop artist out of Compton.
Okay.
Yeah, Compton, LA. That whole scene. Um, but yeah, go ahead with your 4. We'll talk about it.
Number 4, I had her. I used to know her part 2.
Okay, worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it. Enjoyable. I came close. Side note, her Tiny Desk concert is
Oh yes, yes, yes.
unbelievable.
She does a good, and it's for her to be so young.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the sunglasses and her thinking she's doing a Sia, like we don't know what she looks like. I don't know. But if that's what it takes and that's what works, then
It definitely
that's what
worked for
works.
that because it was
Yeah.
like mysterious, but she could still like blow.
Yeah,
It was
it's
really it was really well done.
and on that album too, it was just like I think from her other EPs that okay, this is what I hope doesn't happen to her. Kind of like LMA, where I enjoyed the LMA EP, but the album, it was a little bland.
Yeah.
Um, and so I hope that's not what happens to her because she's put out some really, really good EPs, and I hope that when the album finally drops, it's not like she can sustain it.
Yeah,
And
I
so
mean,
like my favorites were like I'm Not Okay, Take You There. Like it was another solid EP.
I'm just wondering, like, I mean, this is kind of a different topic, but I'm wondering if it's even going to be important for her to even put out albums, or any of these
That's a
artists
good point too.
that like feel like they don't have like 13 tracks in in a full body of work. Like if they just had 4 and they put them out collectively, like are we going to look at them different? I don't know.
Yeah, no. I think that is a very good point. Because if this works for her, then why switch it up?
Yeah, yeah,
So
I wouldn't. Uh,
yeah.
because like the four album joints is working.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a question. How do you find these people that no one knows about?
Me, I'm not sure. So
Okay.
like I
I'm like, okay.
so I read a lot. Um I read a lot of like music publications and like music blogs or whatever, but then I like go on deep dives. So I will have one artist and then I may do like a radio station of one artist and then one artist will lead me to another person and I like one track, so then I listen to an album.
Mm,
I kind of keep going down. I keep going down that path. Like there are nights that like I'll just literally like I'll take my computer upstairs, and I'll lay down on the bed, and I'll just spend like 2 hours just going through Spotify, just like picking through stuff.
okay.
So
Because I'm just like, I've never heard of this person.
yeah, so like he did an EP with K Tronada.
That okay. Okay.
Uh,
I know Kate Renata.
you do know K Tronada, so he did an EP with K Tronada that came out kind of before that, and then I think he's don't quote me, but he like rolls with like the TDE crew to some
Okay.
extent. Um, but yeah, it's like a good like it's a good vibey hip hop album. Like I could drive to it and just kind of like roll with it. So it's not like too serious. It's not too like rugged. It's like real breezy, good vibes. Like his flow like lays nicely on the beat. It's not like he's like banging the beats consistently. Like he's flowing along with it. So it's real vibey. I enjoy it. Um, give it a run, I'll say. I put a few people onto it. They enjoyed it. I know you're not a hip hop head, but you may.
But I always at least give things like a one through. Like I listened to Pusha's Daytona that one time
Yes.
and never again. But I will run it through for the culture.
Okay.
I did the same with Meek Mill.
Oh yeah, Meek's album. I got through that. I mean, people thought it was
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
but
I'm like, I didn't catch the flames that everyone said. It was a
yeah,
few points where I was like, okay, and
but
then I was like, this is Meek Mill.
I don't think I'm like a Meek album person like a lot of people are. Like I
That's
take Meek
fair.
in spurts, so I don't want a lot of full albums from him just because I don't want to hear him rap at me for an hour and a half.
Yeah, he doesn't have a very soothing voice.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
number 3.
Number 3. You want me to go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 3 for me is the one and only Miss Janelle Monáe. And
Okay,
her new album that came
Dirty
out this year,
Computer.
Dirty Computer. Um, all right, go ahead. I won't talk about it.
My number 3, and I think this might shock you, as I just also learned how to pronounce his name. Fonte, No News is Good News.
There you go. So you made a good decision.
I also have a secret crush on him from his foreign exchange days, but you know.
See, we have some connection on our list. We're not polar opposites.
Yeah, I enjoyed that album. Because I also like he does a lot of collaborations with Eric Roberson, and I liked their little joint album they had done together last year. So, but I think also because he does the rap singing thing,
Okay. Okay.
and so it's just not hardcore. Someone just like rhyming at me for 50 minutes,
Yeah.
which is why I probably can get into him a little bit more.
Yeah. I'll get to. I may get to Fonte's album at some point tonight.
Okay,
But
you're number 3, Janelle. You know, that was another one. I feel like I need to revisit her album.
so I liked it from the jump. You were
I was,
okay on it.
yeah, I was okay.
I thought it. I personally, just me personally, I think it's her best album.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like I liked I didn't like Arc Android either. I think Electric Lady is still my favorite of
Yeah,
hers.
Electric Lady was good, but like for this one, like it was weird. Like she, what was the name of the track? She had one that she was like rapping on.
Django Jane.
Might be, but it was like that verse might have been like one of the hardest verses of this year.
Well, I only reason why I said that is because that's the one song from the album that I starred for my starred playlist on
Yeah,
Spotify.
like
So
like she destroyed it. Like she destroyed it, and like the whole album kind of flowed off of that. Like I really like I thought she did a good job on this one.
I will revisit that because that's another one. I think I listened to it like the week it came out, and then I just listened to the 2 songs that I liked,
Okay,
but I never listened to it in its entirety.
yeah, like it was it's a I feel like it might be like a 2-track skipper for me, but how many?
Okay.
But it's a lengthy album. It's like it might be an hour.
Yeah, that was pretty long. I think it had like 17 or so tracks.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty long. So, um, but yeah, I don't think you're not gonna go wrong with it. Like it was,
Okay.
yeah, it was a well done album. So,
Okay. Number 2.
um, you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 2 piggybacks off of your honorable mention, I think,
Oh, okay.
uh, or maybe your number 5. I can't remember where you had it, but mine is Kaylee Ukis. Um,
Yeah, that's my honorable mention.
yeah, that's my number 2, and that album has grown on me.
Yeah, it was one of those two. Like, and I think I got introduced to the album through Not even I think it was one of my daily mixes.
Okay. Yeah.
I
That
heard
was
the
on the one.
song
Yeah.
and I was like, "Who is this?" And then I went to the album.
Yeah. Like it definitely would. Like the first time I listened to it, I was like, okay. And then like I didn't revisit it for a while until I had a track come up on my daily mix, and I was like, all right, you know what? Let me go back. And it might have been like September, and I was like, all right, let me
Mhm.
go back and I'm gonna run it again. And I
Yeah,
haven't
same.
stopped. I haven't
Yes,
stopped.
that's a good one. That's a good one. So my number 2 is also one of yours. Internet Hive Mind. I fucking love Sid. I don't know what it is. Like she totally could get the drawers. But I just love how soft and like melodic her voice is. And on this album, the song that I have like replayed, if it was like, you know how I used to play a tape, like if we still use tapes, it would have broke. Like was Hold On.
Okay. Yeah.
That is like 6 minutes of perfection. I love that song. I think that was my favorite song on the whole album. And
Yeah.
I keep playing it.
No, that was a good vibe. That one was for sure um a good vibe. I really, and obviously I'll talk about Hot Mine a little bit, but I liked with this album how they gave shine to kind of each member. So
Yes.
it kind of didn't all focus on Sid,
I would agree.
um, because they're all really talented. Like they're all really, really talented, and like Steve Lacy is like,
He is. And even at the last time I saw them, they gave Sid's solo album had just dropped. And so, they did a little internet. They did Sid, and then they gave him like 15 minutes, Steve
okay,
Lacy, to do his own thing. And then they came back out and did like 3 of the classic songs from their last album. So I was kind of sad that I couldn't see them this time when they came. And I think NPR named the song "Come Over" like one of the best songs of 2018.
Come Over was really good as well.
Yeah. So that's another one to check out. Both Kenny and I ranked that one. So if you have not listened to the internet, Hive Mind, go do it.
Yeah, I would hope so. Um, I mean, you good people out there on the internet, um, just please just take a little bit of time and enjoy it because it's a good run. Like if you enjoyed, I'm hoping by now most people have listened to Ego Death by the internet. If not,
I'm sure some people are like, "Who? The internet?"
yeah. So if you have not, please just pause this podcast and
I
come back.
will support that
Yeah,
actually because
we,
Ego
we,
Death
we
is bomb.
yeah, we want you to go listen to Ego Death because it will change your life.
I will actually really support that. Ego Death. Um, God is so many. Under Control, Getaway, Just Saying, Girl,
The whole damn album.
Palace, and Curse. That was a song that grew, and this is not even on our list, but that's a song that grew on me well after the album had been out
Yeah,
because I was rocking with Girl and Under Control was like my favorite, and then Just Saying that was my shit. And then one day I was let Palace run, and I was like, wait a minute. Okay, Tyler.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, fuck with them if you haven't.
So
All
you
right.
won't be disappointed. All right,
Number fucking 1.
hit us. What you got?
This goes for all my nasty hoes. Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy.
Oh no.
That is my favorite album of this year.
Oh man. I'll talk about Cardi with you as well, just because.
How can you not? It's been the year of fucking Cardi B.
Listen, I will give my thoughts as well.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Okay.
Don't you worry. Um, so my number one album, which has been my number one album since February, is Fonte. No News is Good News. So it was Adrian's number 4.
My number 3.
Number 3, excuse me. You gave it a little bit more props. Okay. Uh, it was my number 1 for a while, and I gave other albums the chance to knock it off, but I just couldn't do it. Um, like this one was like, so like it was people that are like 40. They really connected with Jay Z's 444. You didn't, obviously. You're not.
No thanks.
You're not in that. This album was like for me.
Okay.
Like I feel like it was written, not like completely written for me, but like it was written for like a
Cause he had that line in there about diabetes.
no. Well, listen, if um, Good Genes. It's less than 2 minutes. Good Genes is by far one of the best tracks I've ever heard in my life, and it's really simplistic. It's just real, and it talks about like how like kind of like we like have patterns in regards to like black men of like allowing different things to kind of take us down like health wise. It was
Mm-hmm.
really well done. Like how like he can see like his dad or like somebody close to him die of like high blood pressure and like high cholesterol, but then we go to the repast and we eat the same shit that killed the guy that we just buried.
Yeah.
It was like that type of album where it was like, okay, it kind of puts into perspective. He was married once, he got divorced, he's remarried now, he has a child, um, he lost his dad. Like a lot of that.
You know, that was a good one because it was even the one, like, I think it was a line. I remember it was like, don't quote me. I could have pulled it up, but it was like, got a sleep app to tell you to get sleep apnea.
Yep, yep,
Like,
yep.
I don't know the whole thing. And it was like, your biggest fears are blood clots and oncology.
Yep.
Like, it
Yeah,
was a,
it was
a
real,
very
like,
heavy song.
it was a real album. Like it was a real album. Plus Fonte can like he can blow at the same time as he can rap. So it's like it's perfect. And like he's been out for so long, you wouldn't think that this is his second solo album.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't
Because
dropped
what
a
he's
solo
done, Little
album.
Brother, he's done Foreign Exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cigarillo. Um, so you would feel like he's done more, but this is kind of like his opus album, and it was well done. So this is my number 1. There are reasons of why it was my number 1, so I wouldn't expect for it to be like everyone's number 1 type of album, but again, we're voting on our own stuff. So for me, this ranked number 1 for me.
Well, 2018 was the year of Cardi B.
Oh,
It was. Um, what I enjoy is it was just fun music. Like, I don't give a fuck about lyricism. Like, I don't give a fuck about all that shit.
okay.
The
So
beats was hot. The beats was hot. The shit was fun. And it was like something for everybody. Like, she had like a slow ballad. She had Big in Head, like you had a twerk song, She Bad. Then she had a number one, like what, she got 3 number ones off this album. Then she had I Like It, which catered to everybody. You had old people doing that shit. So I just thought it was a fun album. What I am looking forward from her now that she's getting divorced is really just whole music. And I feel like it's
What you're
coming.
about to say, like some some like deep shit.
Like whole music is coming. Like I feel it. Like what, Cardi, like 24, 25, she got a baby now and she getting divorced. She about to go into a deep whole season and we about to get some whole music and I'm
Hold on.
excited.
What was Invasion of Privacy? That didn't fall into that category.
No, I think we got like 3 whole tracks.
Oh, whole tracks. It wasn't a full.
Cause she even gave you like some empowerment, like I'm living my best life, had Chance the Rapper on there and shit. So I think she just gave you like a sample of everything that's hot at this moment.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna give you everything. Cause what she had SZA, Kalani, Chance, then she had her Migos and then like I just feel like she hit everything that was hot. I'm gonna become an instant success. And now I feel like this one with what's happening in her life will get the true hoe tracks.
Okay. So like this album just made it into my top 20. It made it there. Now, it like you said, it was a fun album.
It was just fun.
It was a very fun album. Um, like I said, I have my different criteria. So like for me, it was like, all right, this is fun, but like fun albums aren't like the best albums.
Well,
For me,
again, this is not the best. It's just my
this
favorites.
is your favorite. So no, but like a lot of people really enjoy Cardi, and I enjoyed it too.
Yeah, she's just
Yeah,
fun. And I think because with so much fuck shit happening in the world, like
it was a breather.
I think it was like the perfect storm for her.
Yeah,
People were getting sick of Nicki Minaj. Like she's just it's like what the fuck is going on over there? It was time for someone else, like another female to go. Remy apparently couldn't do it. And
yeah. Like, what happened to her? Like she brought out that one diss track and then fell off the face of the earth.
like okay. So Remy couldn't do it. Nobody else was primed to do it. And then Cardi just came out here like, I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be. You're gonna like it or you're not gonna like it. Right?
I think
And that's and then I think with what, so much fuck shit happening in the world, it was just nice to watch somebody be goofy and be themselves and beat a bitch's ass in a couture gown. Like she was just really the perfect storm at the right time.
yeah, I think it was good to see her win. I think a lot of people wanted to see her win because it was a different personality than what is normally accepted.
Yeah.
Especially in like the music sphere. From like especially from like a female perspective. I feel like you can be like a I don't even want to say wild personality. Like how would you describe her personality?
I don't know. I just feel like she's carefree.
Yeah, there you go.
And I feel like it's in a different sense than Rihanna's carefree because I think we've seen that carefree, I don't give a fuck. But that was more so with Rihanna. But I still don't think Rihanna went as far as Cardi.
And I think her carefree is still more mature.
Yeah, like Cardi was like, ow, I'm a chicken head.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And Rihanna's was just like, I'm just gonna buck against the system and do shit my way.
Yeah, it was.
So I think that was the difference.
It was good. It was good to see like barriers kind of be broke, especially with it being her of all people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that
And
was
then
cool.
to
I'll be
and I
very
think
interested to see if she can do
win any of these 5 Grammys, that's what I was just about to say.
yeah. I don't think she wins anything.
You don't think she's gonna win not even one?
I would be shocked.
Really?
I would be shocked.
Why would you be shocked?
Well, hold on. So here's the thing. So let me take that back. I wouldn't be shocked because I think Bruno last year kind of broke a mold in regards to like a lot of people before, like when voting used to look at it like, all right, we need serious, well done pieces of art, body of works.
Okay.
Bruno just had a fun ass album.
It was fun, yeah.
So in that respect, I think there's a chance.
What I could see her winning, I know she's nominated for album of the year. I don't really see her winning album of the year.
Yeah.
I could see her winning record of the year with I Like It.
Yeah.
And I could see her winning pop duo group with, I think that was that Maroon 5 song.
Yes. I could see that Maroon 5. Definitely do it.
But I don't see her winning rap album or album of the year. She could win rap performance with Be Careful.
Yeah.
But the two that she is the strongest chance, I think, are record of the year and duo group. That one.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing, like, I don't like, and I don't know if this recently changed because I feel like before it was like 5 nominees in each category. This year it feels like it's
It's
8
like
to 10.
10. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
it's like 8
Yeah.
to 10. So, um, album of the year is some good bodies of work in there, but like her album by far is the most fun.
It is. So I if the Grammys could do that to the Grammys could do that for the ratings, right?
Yeah.
And do you know how Beyonce would have to feel that Cardi B got album of the year and Lemonade did not?
Shoot, even freaking Kendrick Lamar, like he should have won each album, like each time he was up for album of the year, and he should have won.
Yeah, okay, so here's album of the year. I just had to pull it up. So album of the year, we have Invasion of Privacy, Cardi B. By the Way, I Forgive You, Brandy Carlisle. Scorpion, Drake. Her. Beer Bongs and Bentleys, Post Malone. Jesus. Dirty Computer, Janelle Monáe. Golden Hour, Casey Musgraves. And the Black Panther, the album, various artists. Here's Kendrick again for album of the year.
So if I was ranking those in regards to how I would think from a voter standpoint had a chance to win,
I'm
I
thinking
would say
Janelle or Black Panther.
no. I would say probably 1A and 1B would probably be Casey Musgraves and Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, I could see Janelle taking it actually.
And then you like people, we don't, but there are a lot of people that really enjoy Post Malone.
Yeah, I don't get his appeal at all, but okay.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that enjoy Post Malone. He has a large following that I don't get. I still don't even know what he is as an artist, but
I do think to some degree when you look at some of the nominations, first of all, like you said, it's no longer 5 in the category, it's 9, like it's the fucking AMAs or some shit.
yeah.
But when you look at the categories, it does seem like they're playing to what's popular and not what the Grammys normally does. Because even when you look at Song of the Year, and so the difference, people who don't know, Record of the Year goes to the artists and the producers. Song of the Year goes to the songwriters. So Song of the Year, it's all of the stars, the SZA, Kendrick, Booed Up. Never in my mind did I think Booed Up would be nominated for a Grammy for Song of the Year.
Yeah, because of the writing. Like the writing is simplistic as hell.
Boot up, baby, boot up. Like what?
Like
that got Song of the Year.
I feel like I should sit home and write a song, and I could possibly.
At this point, that you could. Then it's God's Plan, Drake. In My Blood, that's Shawn Mendes. The Joke, Brandy Carlisle. The Middle, I don't know who those people are. Shallow, which is what you were saying, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, and then This Is America, Childish Gambino.
Yeah. No, if I'm ranking those, I have my 1A and 1B probably being Shallow and This Is America.
On that one, I say This Is America.
Yeah.
And then Best New Artist, you have, this one was an interesting one for her to get Best New Artist and Album of the Year. So you have her, Chloe and Haley.
Wasn't she nominated last year?
I don't think she was.
She wasn't?
I think SZA was the one nominated, because remember SZA got
SZA was, yeah. Okay.
Chloe and Halle, Luke Combs, Greta Von Fleet, her, Dua Lipa, I don't even know who that is, Margot Price, BB Rex, and Jorge Smith.
Did you just call her Jorge like she was Spanish? Okay, all right. I didn't,
Yes, I like to call her Jorge.
Spanish down the line. I didn't know.
Jorge. Because it's just funny because it sounds like whore. I'm sorry. I'm so childish.
You're ridiculous.
But I wanted to know if you were going to pick up on it.
I got her.
Jorge. This one I honestly don't know.
So,
because it's a few of them, I don't know who they are.
So
but I'm sure you know every last single one.
Greta Van Fleet is really good, but their debut album was underwhelming. Their project that they released kind of before that was really good. And their live show, from what I've heard, but the tickets were sold out really quickly, is really good. So I don't know if they are like, hey, we fit into this category. I don't think I could see her winning.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them giving her the award because they're
Okay.
not giving her album of the year. Like, I just don't know how you can be nominated for best new artist and be
Okay.
the only person that has the best album nomination and not win. That's just my theory
Okay.
behind it. Um, I would say her should win. Um, Chloe and Haley are really good. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was cute, that little video
but
they
nobody
dropped
knows.
of them crying and shit.
Yeah,
So yeah. But yeah, they aren't known, and I don't even
yeah.
think I think I got started that album, but I never finished. So my other, and before we wrap up, I skip all the other categories really. What pissed me off, and you're about to.
Okay.
So the R&B categories always piss me off because I hate. I always hate. It's always one motherfucker who's
Okay.
nominated in one of these categories that just should not be there, right? And so for this one, I thought, why the fuck are the Carters nominated? Everything is Love. It's in Best Urban Contemporary.
Urban contemporary like fits anything. Like all it has to do is be
Yeah, I just
able
feel
to
like
be
it's like
played.
this is a black album that we don't know
Yeah,
where to
it like
put.
has to be like, but it's weird because like, all right, so I was rocking with it until I saw that they put in Michelle Indiocello in this category as
She's
well.
in there too. Yeah. It's like Miguel, Chloe
I
and Haley,
get
the
that,
Carters.
but like I feel like Michelle Indiocello is like in a different sphere.
But
Yeah,
it's always like that. It's all that's why like let us see in them never winning Grammys, because then it'll be like
yeah,
Beyonce
yeah.
or Rihanna, and then they give them the R&B album award because they aren't going to win in the general
True.
categories. And so I feel like the people who deserve the R&B awards, because I don't consider Beyonce or Rihanna
Hmm.
R&B, they're pop. And so it's never fair to the people who are true R&B because they're competing against these superstars who get tossed the
Just to give,
bone
yeah,
because they're never going to win in
yeah,
the main categories.
yeah. It's weird. Yeah, I don't
Yeah, so that's, yeah, that category I'm just like,
like
oh.
why are they there?
And there was another R&B category that I was just like, what the fuck? But I can't remember it off the head, and I don't feel like Googling it. It might have been R&B album
Yeah, that's like that.
because it was Tony
Yeah, that's like
Braxton.
that's. I feel like that category was like more. Um, that was more like actual R&B.
Yeah, because it was like
Early on
her,
Bridges. Yeah,
Layla Hathaway, Leon Bridges,
yeah,
and PJ Morton.
like that.
And in that category, Tony Braxton had the worst album of them all.
Yeah, if you're ranking them, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Tony should not win. But yeah, I just always get really upset about the R&B categories because that
Yeah, and I mean
happens.
it's getting kind of hard because nobody really like. There are some people that are making R&B music, but they don't get shine. So like, it's just like people are just gonna kind of infuse themselves into those categories and not really.
Yeah, and I think too, my thought was like, well, then goddamn, like the Carters are in an R&B category, but they weren't nominated for like the rap song. Like
Yeah,
what?
and like Beyonce was rapping on a very large
She
amount of
was.
that
So it
album.
was like y'all don't even qualify for R&B because she decided
Yeah,
to rap.
like
But
I would say like that was like a hip hop album with like Beyonce R&B hooks.
yeah,
That was it.
yeah.
But I
Which
don't
is
know.
why
I
I
don't think.
kind of sadly, thinking about the logic of that, I could also see her winning R&B album because they're not going to give her album of the year. So they'll give
Sure.
her R&B album. And then that might work for Cardi. They're not going to give Cardi album of the year, but they might give her rap album.
Who's the
I think it
rap
was
album?
Mac Miller.
Swimming was good. It's not my cup of tea.
Nipsey
But
Hussle.
Nipsey or Pusha should win. People like Astro World.
I will say I like Sicko Mode. His concert looked fun.
Yeah. Like, okay, so you're not gonna like this perspective, but looking at this list here, Invasion of Privacy is like number 5 on this list in regards to quality.
Well,
rap.
I will say that because I am not naive. It's just like how I treat Rihanna. Like, I'm not naive to know the limited scope of her vocal ability.
Doesn't mean it's not a fun album.
Yes.
But I like they probably could give it to her just to be like, hey, like this is your album. Here you go. You got to get it. Like, I feel like they have to get her on stage for something.
Yeah, because for the ratings, they're gonna want her up there giving a speech for something.
Yeah.
And so she's winning at least 1 Grammy.
1 Grammy that's going to be televised.
Yep. So
is it going to be important to go through to see what televised awards they're giving? Because then I'll be able to tell which
one she's gonna get.
Yeah.
Well, you know they're gonna do album, song, and record.
Yeah, but like they normally do like 1 or 2 rap categories, but I just don't know.
I think last time they did rap album.
Did they do album? Oh yeah, because Kendrick. Who won that?
I think it was Kendrick.
Yeah.
So, well, clearly, you know, Kenny and I will be watching the Grammys.
One of our favorite days of the year.
It is. So, I think when does the Grammys come on?
January?
No, February 10th.
Or February this year. Okay, February. I know it's normally around the Super Bowl. It's like the week after the Super Bowl.
God, when is the Super Bowl?
That week before.
I need a date. So that's the
February 3rd?
3rd. Okay. Well, I maybe we'll do a follow-up or something.
Hey, I'm with it. But we got to do it quick.
That would have to be like, okay, if it comes on the 10th, we have to record as it's going, as it's happening.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, see, that was tough. Fun. We could do that when you were blogging because we could just boom, boom, boom.
Well, maybe I'll let you do a blog post. Maybe.
I don't trust it. The blog is dead.
R.I.P. Well, if you care to, listen to any of, read any of those posts, they're all still there. So you just head on over to the BoonieBreakdown.com.
Oh God, yes.
Well,
no new content will be coming. No written content will be shown in 2019.
See how your friends hate on you and on your birthday and on your damn birthday.
It's a challenge. So yeah, this will be posted. I don't know when you're gonna post this, but on
Monday, the 17th.
Oh, you'll do it on Monday. Okay. I'll have my full list tagged with this, so
Yeah, Kenny always has to be extra, so he'll start at like 15 and count down to his honorable mention, and then be like, "Listen to the podcast for the rest," which I appreciate. Give your best friend listens.
Hey, I try.
So
yeah, I do 20. I normally do 20. I do top 5s for each genre, but I do 20 overall.
See, he take this shit serious. He take this shit serious.
I do it for myself. I really don't do this for anyone else.
And I tell him he should do like a podcast or like something. Because you really know music.
You take the kids one day a week and I will record that day.
I wish you saw how big my eyes got. I'm right on top of that, Rose.
That's not happening. So yeah, y'all can just get my music tapes on Facebook, and yeah,
that works. All right, thanks, Kenny.
All right, appreciate you. Talk to you.
Bye. All right, guys, that is it for episode 81. I want to thank Kenny for coming on and being a music nerd with me. I told you guys, I don't even know how he knows all this stuff, right? Again, remember to mark your calendars for January 21st, 2019. Season 5 will launch. Tell a friend, write a review, follow us on social, purchase a t-shirt, do what you need to do to support your girl Boonie. And if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts, or any app that you listen to your favorites on. Do not forget to leave that review. I need them. I love them. 5 stars. You just might hear your review on the next episode. Follow us on social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make those pretty images for nothing, okay? Have a dope-ass week. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New Year. I will see you guys in 2019. Thank you for listening. And remember, the ratchet in me always honors the ratchet in you. Until 2019, guys. Later.